Darren Voss mourning loss of mother. Transport group sends condolences. Transport Minister Darren Voss is mourning the passing of his mother. Sonia Voss died on Sunday morning after ailing for some time. The Transport Operators Development Sustainable Services TODS expressed condolences to the minister and his family. TODS and its associate members, groups and stakeholders expressed deepest condolences to Minister Voss and his family, friends and colleagues on the passing of his mother. We pray for strength and courage for you and your family at this time of grief, the statement read. The Puerto Rico-born Sonia Voss was the former wife of Darren Voss, former government minister Douglas Voss. Douglas Voss, a four-term Jamaica Labour Party Member of Parliament, died in 2019. Chief Health Inspector awaits upgrades to unacceptable conditions at Crossroads Market. A recommendation has been made for several markets in the corporate area to be closed because of unacceptable conditions. This is according to Chief Public Health Inspector Grace Hutchinson, who disclosed that the recommendation was made following an inspection of the markets. Hutchinson also reported that time was given for improvement work to be done specifically on the Crossroad Market. However, he shared that a follow-up inspection revealed that the expected upgrades were not carried out. Hutchinson made the revelation during a meeting at the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation office last Friday. We carried out our inspections of some of the markets and the conditions were unacceptable. As a matter of fact, the recommendation was in fact made for the closure of a couple of the markets, Hutchinson noted. We thought that it was reasonable, though, to give additional time to carry out the upgrading and improvement work in the market, and so the time was given for work to be done at Crossroads Market, and regrettably, we did another assessment of Crossroads Market, and the work we would have expected to be done was not carried out, and so it was our intention to further enforce the regulations, he added. The Chief Inspector stated, however, that newly installed Mayor of Kingston, Andrew Swaby, has shown some commitment to improve the facilities, and so he is waiting for those works to get underway before a further decision is taken on the market in Crossroads. Fortunately, though we observe that the new mayor would have gone to Crossroads Market, and I believe there is that commitment for work to be done that will improve the market, and so we await the work that is supposed to be done to improve the facility and the general environment, Hutchinson noted. Crown asks for extension of time in Tara Pearman's murder case. The St. James Parish Court on Thursday requested an extension of time in the case against a Tara Pearman accused of using a stone to beat another man to death during a confrontation. Upley Ebanks of a Bottom Road Orange address is charged with murder in relation to the death of 40-year-old laborer Santina Plummer of Lilliput address. When the matter came up before presiding judge Natisha Fairclough Hilton, the coroner requested an extension because the post-mortem was performed on March 25th and the report would take some time to complete. The judge acceded to the prosecution's request and the extension was granted until May 17. Meanwhile, Ebanks' lawyer Jermaine Campbell requested a bail modification, specifically a reduction in his client's initial $800,000 bail. Campbell stated in his request that Ebanks' girlfriend was assaulted on a beach. He claimed that after hearing her cries for help, Ebanks intervened and used a stone to strike Plummer on the head. However, on a prior-mentioned date, February 21st, the clerk of court referred sections of the statement on file given by Ebanks' girlfriend, which contradicted the defense argument. The judge, however, decreased the bail amount to $600,000 while keeping all other conditions unchanged. Ebanks is to return to court on May 8. According to the allegations, on January 14, about 11:30 p.m., Plummer went to a football field to conduct a business transaction. While there, an argument reportedly developed between him and a woman in which Ebanks intervened. The confrontation between the two turned physical, during which Ebanks allegedly used a stone to strike Plummer. The police were summoned, and on their arrival, Plummer was seen lying face down in blood with a wound to the head. Ebanks, who was seen running from the scene, was chased and held by the lawmen. He was taken into custody and formally charged after a question and answer session. Mom says son made report to school before deadly attack. Stacey and Dunkley, mother of deceased Irwin High School student Ranil Plummer, says if the school had acted on a complaint made by her son on Thursday, he would still be alive. Dunkley was speaking to reporters gathered in the living room of her house in Point St. James on Friday morning as she fielded questions about the tragedy that has befallen her family. In the meantime, the police reported Friday afternoon that the 14-year-old accused of the fatal stabbing of Ranil was taken by his parents to Granville Police Station, where he was questioned by detectives. They said the investigation were going smoothly and promised to give an update as early as possible. On Friday, Dunkley, clad in one of her son's school shirts and on the brink of tears, said information about a report by her son to the school was conveyed to her following the incident. I always tell him when something happens at school with other kids to find an adult, find a teacher, find a counselor, find somebody, and that is why he went to the lady yesterday and lodged a complaint at lunchtime. That's what I heard, she said. She said the comment was made about the student who it is alleged stabbed Ranil as he exited the school compound about 3 p.m. at the end of classes. In the lunchtime, I heard that they draped him up, and that's the time he went to the lady and made a report. But the lady did not do anything about it, and so they lay wait him after school by the gate and stabbed him, she said. Reporters went to the school on Friday to get a response, but was told that it wouldn't be speaking on the matter at this time. The school on Friday hosted counseling sessions for the students and staff, with representatives of the Ministry of Education and Youth in attendance. Dunkley said up to Friday morning, she had not been contacted by any official from the school. Last night, which was a Thursday, when we were there at the Mount Salem Police Station, the Dean of Discipline came up there. But I haven't heard anything else from no principal. I didn't get a call from the school, no teacher, nobody, she lamented. In fact, the only call she got in relation to the incident was from the taxi operator who took her son to the hospital as he bled from the wound in his chest. That was the last thing she expected to hear about her son after they parted in their usual manner on Thursday morning as she left for work and he for school. He came into my room for his lunch money and he said, "Mommy, have a wonderful day at work today," and I said, "Have a wonderful day at school," and he left, she said. Words cannot explain how I feel. I feel like I want to die, stated Dunkley. I don't know how I'm going to manage without my son in the house. I don't want to live in this house anymore because I cannot imagine living without Ranil. It's like my heart. I'm breathing and I'm still alive, but I'm dead. My heart comes out of my body, she lamented. What has left her even more devastated is that her son, she revealed, had indicated prior to the beginning of the school term that he wanted to change schools. But she explained that couldn't be accommodated at the time. He said to me earlier this year that he wanted to move from Irwin, and I told him that September coming, I will move him because I already paid the school fee for $10,500, so September I would move him, she said. Despite her deep sorrow, she said that she now has to focus on her other 4 children, including a younger child who shares the same father with Ranil. She described Ranil as a loving son, someone who was very helpful and was always there for her. Ranil, said Dunkley, would come and rub my head or just come and hug me up and put his head on my shoulder and ask if I am all right, she said. Now she's wondering what could have led to the fatal stabbing of her son. I don't know why somebody would want to kill my son. One stab in his heart means he wanted to kill my son, because the only way you're going to stab somebody in their heart is if you want to kill them, she stated. Ranil had high dreams of becoming a footballer, and according to Dunkley, it was something she said earned him the nickname Maestro. He loved football. He was on the football team over there. As a matter of fact, I think he was second in command on the football team, she stated. It was a somber affair at Dunkley's home, as neighbors visited and offered support to the family. Among those present was the godmother of Ranil, Marva Fortner, who said that the news came as a shock. He does not talk a lot. He is just a quiet child. Whenever he's at home, the only time you see him is when he rides his bicycle to my gate, she said. Pastor Herbert Dixon of Church of God in Jamaica, Summerhill, who prayed for the family, said it must be especially rough on Dunkley, given that she is still mourning the loss of her brother, who has not been buried as yet. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.